omniscient, why did he not answer these 14 difficult questions? Answer. 1. These questions are futile, and that is why the Buddha did not answer them. The eternity of the Dharmas is unnecessary, their cessation is even more unnecessary. This is why the Buddha did not answer. If it is asked how many liters of milk is given by a cow's horn, that is not a proper question, and it is not necessary to answer it. Besides, the universe has no end. Like a chariot wheel, it has no beginning and no end. 2. Furthermore, there is no advantage in answering these questions, but there is the disadvantage of leading the questioner into error. The Buddha knows that these 14 difficult points hide the four truths and the true nature of the Dharmas endlessly. If there are noxious insects at a ford, people should not be invited to cross there. A place should be safe and without danger so that people can be invited to cross. 3. Furthermore, some say that these questions can be understood only by the omniscient one. Since other men cannot understand them, the Buddha does not reply. 4. Furthermore, some people call existent that which is non-existent, and call non-existent that which is existent. They are not omniscient. The omniscient one does not call non-existent that which exists, does not call existent that which does not exist. He preaches only the true nature of the Dharmas. Why should he not be called omniscient? The sun does not create the mountains and the valley, nor does it create the plains, but it does illuminate everything uniformly. In the same way, the Buddha does not make non-existent that which exists, does not make non-existent that which does not exist. He always speaks the truth, and the brilliance of his wisdom illuminates all the Dharmas. He is like a unique path. When people ask the Buddha if the 12-membered law was created by the Buddha or by another, the Buddha answers, I have not created the 12-membered law, nor has anyone else created it. Whether Buddhas exist or do not exist, birth is the cause and condition of old age and death. That is the eternal and enduring law. The Buddha teaches that birth is the cause and condition of old age and death, and coming to the end of the causal chain, that ignorance is the cause and condition of the formations. 5. Furthermore, to reply to the 14 difficult questions would be to commit a fault. If you ask of what type is the size or the physique of a son of a barren woman and a eunuch, that would not deserve an answer, for such a son does not exist. 6. Furthermore, these 14 difficult questions are wrong views, and not realities. Now the Buddha is occupied only with realities. This is why he stops and does not answer. 7. Finally, to be silent and not answer is an answer. There are 4 ways of answering. Answering in a categorical way. This is how he answers when it concerns, for example, the Buddha, the Absolute, nirvana, and salvation, answering by distinguishing, answering by asking a question, answering by not replying. Here the Buddha answers by not replying. You say that there is no omniscient one. Such a statement is absurd and constitutes a serious falsehood. In fact, the omniscient one exists. Why? Because he has attained the 10 powers. He knows what is possible and what is impossible. He knows the causes and conditions and the retribution of actions. He knows the samadhis and the deliverances. He knows the good or bad faculties of beings. He knows the various kinds of deliverances from desire. He knows the innumerable lineages of all the types of universes. He knows all the abodes and their paths. He knows the conduct and the thoughts of beings in the previous existences. He has acquired the discrimination of the divine I. He knows the cessation of all the impurities. He distinguishes clearly between good and bad. He preaches a supreme doctrine in all the universes. He has acquired the taste of ambrosia. He has found the middle path. He knows the true nature of all conditioned or unconditioned dharmas. He has rejected forever all desire of the 3 worlds. It is for these reasons that the Buddha is omniscient. So be it. The omniscient one exists, but who is it? Answer. It is the Supreme One, the Great Man, the one who is venerated in the 3 worlds. He is called Buddha. Thus the Sampoki say, firstborn and King Categorical. The Buddha is like the light of the sun and moon. He belongs to the noble line of the Sakyas. He is the crown prince of King Suddhodana. At the moment of his birth, he moved 3,000 sumeras and stirred up the water of the ocean, in order to destroy old age, sickness and death. Out of compassion, he came to the world. At his birth, he took 7 steps, his rays filled the 10 directions. He gazed 4 times and uttered a great cry. My births, he cried, are finished. Single quote. Having become Buddha, I will preach a marvelous doctrine, I will beat the drum of the Dharma loudly. By that I will awaken beings and the world out of the sleep of ignorance. Single quote. In many forms, such were the miracles that appeared. Gods and men, seeing them, rejoiced. The Buddha had a body adorned with the marks. A great light shone on his face. All men and women could not get enough of seeing him. When the child was nursed and fed, his strength surpassed that of an Ayota of Gandhastin. The power of his Rdhyapada was extreme, that of his Prajna immense. The great rays of the Buddha illuminated his body outwardly. In the midst of his rays, the Buddha was like the moon in its splendor. The Buddha was criticized in many ways, he experienced no sorrow from that. The Buddha was praised in many ways, he experienced no joy from that. His great maitri is extended to all, enemies and friends alike, without distinction. All classes of intelligent beings know all the effects of that. By the power of his Kesanti, large R, maitri and karuna, he conquers the whole world. In order to save beings from age to age, he accepts the effort and the pain. His mind is always concentrated on doing good for beings. He has the 10 powers of knowledge and the 4 fearlessnesses. He possesses the 18 special attributes and a treasury of immense qualities. Such are the innumerable powers of his prodigious qualities. Like a fearless lion, he destroys the heretical systems. See, he turns the peerless wheel of Dharma, he saves and delivers the threefold world. His name is BHAGAVAT. The meaning of this word is immense, and if one wanted to explain it fully, other points would have to be neglected. This is why we have spoken of it in general. End chapter 4.